Hello everybody and welcome back to this tutorial. And right now what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at some of the functions in list usage, such as, for example, appending till the end of the list, inserting certain elements in the list, sorting out lists by numbers, by letters, or however I want to call it, and also using some of the lists in a loops. So this will be a rather informative video, so make sure to stick till the end and so you can learn everything really well. And let us get right into it. So open up your idle. Once again, we are not going to code any program. We're only going to introduce ourselves with different functions. And first of all, let us create a simple list that is going to be a simple ingredient list. So for example, we have milk in the list, we have cheese, we have ham, we have, for example, soda, and let's say that's about it. We don't really need any more. Now, you can use a list in a for loop, for example, if you want to print something to the screen. So, for example, we need to buy all of this stuff. How will you print that? So you can print that, for example, for E as an ingredient. So for I in range, open brackets, and then the length of the list. So for I in the range of the length of the list, we can print something like this. Oops, where is the single quotes? Okay, here they are. We need to buy, and then we can plus I. Okay, and if you just press here enter, let me just see. We need to buy plus I. Concatenate string to integer. Okay, let me just try it like this. Maybe for I in list, print, we need to buy plus I. Okay, I'm not really sure why we'll use the range length. The range length is basically, let me just show you. Let's say number is equal, the range length will actually return an integer value, as we can see by the arrow right here. So number equals range length of the list. And you can see if we print the number, we actually get the range of the length, which is going to be an actual 0 to 4, as we have 4 elements right here. So this is not really something that we want yet. We only wanted to print this for now on. So for I in list, so for each ingredient in the list, we can print we need to buy plus that ingredient, and that this I is different element in each iteration of this loop. Okay. We can also check the list index number by using index function. So for example, if you have, we have a list of actual ingredients, so we will use that one. And let's say we want to actually check out what the index of the milk is. So, or let's say ham is, we're going to use the index of the ham. Just in the brackets, all I need to specify is the name of the element. As you can see that the index of the element ham is at the second position, or at the third, or as a third element, since the counting starts from 0 once again. You can also do that with the actual soda, so list.index soda, which will return 3 as an outcome. So soda, and you can see you can get the index of a certain element name just by using the index function right here. Okay. So next thing that we want to take a look at is we can actually use different functions to insert or to append different elements to a list. Okay. So we have our list right here. Let me just copy it right here. We will just redo it. Not really sure if we change it throughout this code, but just in case we did, we're going to type it right here once again. And right now, let us say we want to append a certain ingredient at the end of this list. Now, in order to append that, we can use the append function. What it will do is it will add an element at the end of the list. So if you just type right here, list.append, and in the normal brackets, you need to specify what are you appending. And let's say we want to append water. And then if you just type your list once again, you will see that list no longer has 4 elements, it right now has 5 elements, and the last element is the element that we appended in the previous line, which is water. Okay? Now, also, you don't really need to append it. Now, maybe you actually want to type it or to insert it somewhere in the middle of the list at a certain position and not at the end, as the append function will do. So the append function will always append at the end of the list. You can't really append in the middle or at the beginning. It will always append at the end. But in order for example, let's say we want the water to be at the, or not the water, let's say we want the apple to be at the 3rd position, which is right after cheese or between cheese and ham, we can do it using the insert function. So you can just type here list.insert, and this function will take 2 parameters. One of those is the actual position where you want to actually place it, and the second one is the actual element that you want to place. So in our case, it will be apple. So we want to place it at the 3rd position, which is labeled as number 2 in lists, then comma, and then we want to type what we actually want to place, which in our case is going to be apple. So apple. And right now, if you just type here list once again, you can see right between the cheese and the ham, we have apple inserted. So of course, you can actually do it multiple times. So list.insert. Let's say you want at the 1st position to insert carrot, which is labeled as number 0, and then carrot right here. Print the list once again, and you can see carrot is now the 1st element in this list. Okay, so this is good. Right now, let us say we want to actually remove a certain element from the list. We can do that just by simply using the remove function. So let me show you right here. If you just type here list.remove, and in between the brackets, you need to specify what element you want to remove. You don't specify the position of the element, you actually specify the element itself. So let's say we want to remove soda, and we print list once again. You can see soda is no longer in the list. We successfully removed it. Now, in order to remove a number, let's say we have number list. So this number list actually has 5 integer values, and in order to remove it, you can just type your number underscore list dot remove, and in between normal brackets, you simply specify the number that you want to remove. For example, 4, and then number list. You will see that 4 is no longer there. So you can also remove numbers. Just make sure to not specify single quotes, as it will read it as a string, and then you will get an error. Okay. So the next thing we can take a look at is the sort function. Now, what the sort function will do, it will basically sort numbers from lowest to largest, or it will sort strings from A to Z. Now, make sure to not actually use the sort function onto the actual list that has multiple types of variables, otherwise you will get an error. Therefore, this can only be used on a specific types of elements, such as, for example, let's say we have a numbers list, once again, which will contain different values than right now. It will contain 0, 7, 6, minus 3, 10, minus 2, minus 1, minus or 11, let's say, and that's about it. So the sort function, what it will do in this list is it will sort it from the minus 3 till 11. So if you just type your numbers underscore list dot sort, and you print numbers underscore list once again, you can see it sorted it out from the lowest number till the largest number, so from minus 3 till 11. Now you can do the same for the words as well. So if you say, let's say we have strings list, so strings underscore list equals, for example, street, comma, then for example, light, comma, then for example, add. Now these are just some random words and bullet. Okay, and then basically you type here strings underscore list dot sort, and you want to print the strings list once again, you can see right now it goes from A to Z. As you can see, the first word is now add, then bullet, then light, and then street. But if you try, for example, to have a mixed list, so mixed underscore list equals to 1 and then bullet and then football and then 2 and then 2, 3, 4, then 5.7, and let's say that is our list, and you try to sort that out, so mixed list.sort, you will get an error as it says not supported between instances of string and integer. Therefore, you can conclude that you can only use the sort function onto a list that is only integer-wise or that is only string-wise. You can't really use it on mixed lists, okay? So basically, that would be about it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I can see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.